Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. I'm Fifth Degree, but you can call me Fifth. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to start calling the elemental reading something different. Right? It's going to be called Down to Earth, right? And it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to see exactly what's going on with you guys. Hopefully, if I can provide any insights, it'll help you see things a little bit more clearly in some different situations. We're going to start off with the nature deck, right? See what's going on there first with your nature, okay? It being time to reflect, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? And be vigilant. And not embracing the dark. Okay, so one of the things, right? One of the things it is that I'm getting from this is being too hard on yourselves and it being time to ground. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, what I'm getting from this is you really need to ground yourself. Ground yourself and understand what it is to be grounded is essentially what I'm getting into within the whole know your fears, within knowing what you're afraid of. Okay? Seek your answers inside yourself. And focus and then act, or act and then focus is kind of what I'm getting from that because that came in the reverse. Ultimately, what I'm getting from this is you gotta look at yourself in these situations. Look at yourself, see yourself in whatever it is that will be going on within, you being a vigilant individual and realistically not not paying attention to the dark side of things. You need to look on the lighter side of things. And that could be ultimately what I'm getting from that. That could be something that you're afraid to do. Opening up and all that. The essential question that I would say for Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or any sign watching, even cross watchers, one of the things it is that I would tell you that you should do, ask yourself the question, what should I do now that I would have said later on I should have followed my first mind? And then do that. Okay? So it's that part. The other part of it, let's see what some of these situations it is you got going on. Yeah, because Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, your sister signs are water signs, right? So you're an emotional being, right? You have the emotions and things of that nature. Yeah, you just got to be mindful of what it is that will be going on in regards to yourself, especially within paying attention to the heritage portion. Yeah, don't always think the worst of yourself, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Yeah, because in reflecting on your vigilance, yeah, and there's a difference between being vigilant versus being standoffish versus being uh, pessimistic. That's what it's giving. Yeah, pessimism that comes into place with some things. Yeah, no, because one of the things it's giving is spicing up your life. Okay? And this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Uranus. Okay? There you go. I'll use this one. Okay, so let's see what some of these situations are real quick that you would be dealing with. Yeah, because and it'll be about what you don't know when you don't know what you're supposed to do. Love yourself. We got Ace of Baskets and Nine of Swords. Love yourself without talk, without discussion. Stop worrying about what other people are saying about you. It's basically what that boils down to. And within one, love and not to discuss things, but to make, just continuously make, whatever assumptions, and you don't ask questions. Let's see what else we got. Father of Sticks reverse. Within having non-action. Okay? And then in regards to one not discussing, the wish fulfillments that come from one being impatient and being out of conflict. And then there being the impulse to plan some things going on with intimacy as an investment. With one not being friends and investing. Yeah, person. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, pay attention to the people it is that you would have labeled or constituted as a friend. This is why I'm saying it. Because if the only friends it is that you have, or the only people it is that you constitute as friends or intimacy, is an investment. And paying attention to, because I love you Capricorn, I love you Taurus, I love you Virgo, but all of you have the exact same tendency to do this in the lower aspects, on a lower vibration. You just want people to give, right? On the highest vibration, no, and when I say give, that means they time, they money, they essence, and you would feel that you're entitled to it, and you have to give nothing in return, or you do the worst part of it, and because someone is pouring into you in that regard, with someone pouring into you, that means that you pour to everyone else, and that's supposed to suffice. That's not how that works. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That'll be the reason why you would have to pay attention to how you're handling different situations and what goes on within. Some of this will be about the month of January, right? Um, within the light side of it, and what it is to love not talking, and the enlightenment that'll come when you're grounded or in one space. Yeah, because it's giving that whole moving around situation. The other thing that I'm seeing that will be coming into place for y'all, if you're an alchemist, you get what will be going on with some of the things you would need to do. But in regards to what you wouldn't have talked about is the wish fulfillments that would have come within one being impatient outside of the conflict, or how you would be impatient if you weren't in a conflict. In short, the only way to get you moving is if there's a problem. The only way to get you moving is if there's a problem. The other portion, that's for my Virgos. Definitely for my Virgos. Because, you get the perfectionism aspect that'll come into place with things. And I used used to say this a lot, so I'm going to go back to saying this. When it comes to earth essence, tilled and refined, right? And whether you have the right nutrients and all that other good stuff in it. Now, the problem that'll come into place with this is when, in this regard, the only emotions that'll come into place is you only get involved in an emotion is if there's a fear that comes in with it. The other part of it, right, over the course of the month, it'll be about the impulse to plan, one not being intimate in the different seeds that will be planted or in an investment. In short, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say, ain't nobody gotta be intimate with you in order for you to give, because that's what this is giving. Yeah, you need to do better with loving yourself, because what it's giving is that you will be pimping yourself out, or pimping somebody else out, or being One of the things that's kind of coming to me in regards to it, and it's showing up now, training. And when I say training, I mean if you would have participated, this has come up before, but if you would have participated in training, quote unquote, a woman, meaning it would have been multiple people involved in it, group sex, bukkake, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, you got to understand all of those different situations that can or will come into place with that. And especially knowing that you already know what you're afraid of. How one would be afraid to look inside themselves. Be afraid of what it is they will see. Let's see what guidance I have for you guys. No, because the whole thing will be about, because Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you can do this. You can make it hard for someone. You really can. You can make it really hard. In short, when you love you and you're gentle and kind and sweet with yourself, are you that same way with other people? And on the flip side of it, if you're real hard on yourself, but you don't hold others that will be surrounding you to that same standard. Yeah, because in every regard, you can't go around, for lack of a better phrasing, not fulfilling your inspiration, right? Not fulfilling your inspiration. Not fulfilling your inspiration, and then turn around and being upset because you didn't do what you were supposed to do in a situation. Phoenix, resurrection, surrender to the change. Yeah, you gotta till the soil. You gotta turn the soil over. Communication. Anything else? Surrender to the change in communications within the situation that comes into place with magic, coincidence, and synchronistic events. Some of this stuff it is that I'm getting from it is, how certain shit wouldn't be magic. And it wouldn't be a coincidence or a synchronistic event. Yeah, there is no such thing as a coincidence, is what that's giving. And then the overall essence of the wisdom that comes with being disruptive. What it is that comes into place with being disruptive. And in that time to reflect, it'll be about the power and strength that comes with alchemy, justice, and balance, and go and allow for there to be natural movement. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, what this is giving when you force some shit opposed to just when you force it. When if it don't fit, don't force it. If it does fit, you can't ignore it. When you make everything fit. That is definitely what it is. When you would make everything fit and it wouldn't even. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie. In that time to reflect, yeah, when some of that is giving some of them spells. I guess they call it beauty spells, gluttony spells, all that. When you want something to look a particular way, you can't make it look you can yeah, it is what it is. And time to reflect what it is that you have held on to. I'm not even gonna say just what, but who. Who you held on to and why. One of the things that I kept hearing a lot was dick go in, money come out. So I don't know what that's about. Hopefully that helps you guys out just a little bit. Gives you a tad bit of an inclination as to a few different things it is that will be going on. If you so please like, share, subscribe, right? The channel with others. Hopefully someone else can get some assistance with this message. Alright, alright. Cause see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It's not light work. And that's why you have to stay light while you work.